Today is September, um, I'm sorry, today is the 10th and the 5th day, 2011. I'm back again with what still my story about Clayton County demolishing my home. The purpose of all these tapes that I'm doing is that um, I just been trying to let the community know um, that all this activity that has been going on in Clayton County, um, it has been just like I said in my last previous YouTube videos, that now is the time that I must speak out, and I'm speaking out as much as possible. I have requested for a jury trial in the behalf of my home, and at this present time, I'm being evicted from my living arrangement that I had been evicted last year around the same time from Clayton County Board of Commissioners. Failed to continue to do what they said they was going to do. I was able to take up for the slack that they did, and they had left owing $1,000 light bill and a almost at least about $4,000 worth of back rent, and with that I was able to maintain an apartment for temporarily. But this time, I have been paying the rent for the last year, and I have been on time, and still has been on time. Um, and this time is being evicted for paying the rent. And there has been some things that I believe that Clayton County is still involved with this here process now, that they want to evict me for paying my rent. But I just recently found out that someone had forgery my signature on a lease that we will be in court on Monday at 1:30 in Clayton County, and I have presented my case before that particular judge. My answer to that, what that eviction is all about. And I just want people to know this is the kind of stuff that I've been ongoing for this now going on, like I said, 6 years. Um, Being up and rooted every year around this time. I go through something. If it ain't one thing, it's another, but it's always something. Um, I'm having an issue also with Clayton County school now. I just my son is a senior this year. He's a wonderful, wonderful child. I never had any moment of trouble out of my children. My daughter, my son. This is his last day in school, and I am being monitored as I enter the school. I've been taken off the call list of knowing what a senior has to do in the school, and this is because of the principal. And here we go again with the county issues and the superintendent of the school at here in Clayton County. And you know what? When you start attacking people on certain things, you get a you know you kind of get underneath the people's skin. Um, and whoever would have thought, that I would have never thought that I would be going through this here just to. And I said this in one of my YouTube videos that they were even trying to bother your children, arrest your children. There's a story about that as well. We'll be coming out about that, and it has, as like I said, it has escalated into the city of Atlanta, um, and also try to target me. But I will say this here, and I will be sending this to the Sheriff Kimbrough as well too, and because you go to your leaders to try to find a solution, and like I said, you can't get any solution. I mean, it's almost like when you go and tell the truth about these local government and what they do, they go to targeting you like you're the victim, and you're not the victim of anything. You're just a person. You just freedom speech. Put it like that, freedom speech, and they'll try to bar guard you any way they can. And it's saddening that they will play with your children just because of something you speak out and you mean what you say, and you have to stand on that. and I'm sending this out today. This is this morning. I got to go to the school this morning and take care of some matter. I mean, even setting your child up for failure, but I don't believe in setting a child up for failure. I believe in the child education. Anyone knows me, I like education. I want my children to have it, get that we didn't have. But you're not going to stop me from going into a school. You can have all kind of police around the school. If I got a child attend school in Clayton County, I'm going to be there. I'm going to support my child, and I will make sure that Mr. Ed Heatley, Mr. Ed Heatley, get a copy of this here YouTube video as well too. I'll send it straight directly to him, because he should not allow any principal to allow a parent to stay out of school. I didn't do anything to the principal. The principal had some serious issues at Jonesboro High School, and I say that real seriously, and they're like that too. Anytime a principal the first day of school wanted me out of school. But that's a lot of things that I go through. Um, Being target and and also the superintendent at Jonesboro, superintendent of Clayton County knows this issue with my home. Sheriff Kimbrough, you know it. You see me in the board commissioner meeting all the time. I have issued this here, and I have pleaded for help. And I can't understand if you elected leader, an elected person. I've come to you, and I'm coming to you on video, so they would know I'm coming to you for help, and I will visit you today. To the point that this enough is enough. Enough is enough. I coming to you if this a verbal complaint, this is a verbal complaint. It's out here like this here because with the information and stuff that I have presented to you all, is no need that you have a local government, and I say this again, a local government that would demolish someone's home, and you knew, and I'm stressing this here. You knew, if I have to bring it to you, Sheriff Kimbrough, Tracy, uh, DA office, you all know this is illegal to be able to tear someone's house down, and they're not presently. And this was done in 2008. The preparation to get prepared to tear someone's house down, you got to make sure that all your I's and T's are dotted. In this case, it was not. This taking place in 2007. The article was in the paper. The article was in the Clayton Daily paper. I didn't know it. The staff attorney had to put that in my hand and tell me before. You didn't ask me before. You told me after the fact. Rod Gray, I have the contract where he signed off on the contract to give to someone else to tear my house down. And this was done in 2007. The fire chief and Rod Gray, all of them did this year. And Sheriff Kimbrough, uh, Tracy, the DA Tracy, DA District Attorney Tracy, Dennis Baker, all you all knew this here, and you didn't do anything about it. And I have brought this complaint seriously to you all and says this is not right. The Board of Commissioners. You all knew. You all voted on this behind closed door meeting. You cannot have a meeting behind closed door meeting. This had to be done in the public eyes. This has to be done in the public eyes. You cannot have a closed meeting to tear someone's house down behind a closed meeting. You must contact the person, you must put it on the minute, and plus you gotta pay the loan off. This is another thing that bothers me. Why would you allow someone to tear someone's house down with a mortgage existing on the loan? A mortgage existing. A mortgage was on this house, left me. Wells Fargo, State Farm. You all knew all this here. And then you still continue to do this here kind of stuff and think it's okay. No, it's not okay. And I'm gonna talk about it, every detail about it from each time. You hear me, you see me. If I have to pull it up and tell it. Somebody judge sign off on this house. If you did it, you did it leader. The tax commissioner, when I brought it to you, Terry Baskin, when I brought this to you all knew this here. It's not like Miss Tench did not tell you all. And you can't say, David Scott, you said it to me. Your staff has exhausted their time with me. David Scott, you said your staff has exhausted their time with me. And I have letter to say to HUD. HUD, you knew. You got a HUD investigator coming in there. And he also said in a memo that the fire chief was looking at ways to destroy this house and rebuild it up. If a HUD inspector is saying this here, I couldn't believe when I saw the memo that a HUD inspector would even allow to even let those things come out of his mouth or in an email memo to Jewel Scott. Miss Lawson said that she didn't have a file on me, which is a lie because I got the file number. Someone done cleared that up out the DA's office. There is a file on me because I have the filing number. I have the filing number. So Jewel Scott did have a number because she the one give me the file on this thing. I know I'm jumping from place to place because every time I think about it, think all the things has transpired in this case. It's kind of, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming for some people, but I've been keeping a track. And I said, listen, Miss Tench gonna go to telling it like it is. And don't come threaten my life, which has been threatened. I've been threatened many times. And I've been having cars tampered with. I've been having cars tampered with like night and day. I done had a Volvo tampered with, a Ford tampered with, a Maxima tampered with. And these cars can't figure out what's wrong with this car. And recently I just had my Mercedes. Yes. The complex told it and messed it up from Terra Raker. And this just recently happened. And this is one of the reasons why this lady's so adamant. Why are you going to take my car? My car was not bothering anyone. It was not bothering anyone. And now that mixed up. So it seem like it's just one thing after another. People go saying, why is all this happening? When people do wrong, this is what people do. People like to do wrong. This is what people do. People like to disturb your life because they don't have a life of their own. But I am. I'm going to the school, but I'm going in peace. I'm not going to raise no hell. I'm not going for no fight. I'm going in peace. And I believe in peace. I don't believe in no hell raising, but I believe in speaking my peace, and I believe I have a right to. I have a right to defend myself, and I have that right to do so. And I do have a voice. I took grassroots leadership. I'm a graduate from grassroots leadership, all kind of leadership uh, certificates and all kind of leadership here, right here in Clayton County. Now, it's not like I'm just new on the scene. I have a lot of things behind me as well. When you was trying to put me in a homeless position, I was still trying to get my leadership stuff together. So there is a lot behind me. It's not like I'm a low-class citizen, don't know what I'm doing now. There's a lot of skills, a leadership behind Miss Tench. And Miss Tench is not going to act up, but Miss Tench do believe in speaking up. And the thing that we done for grassroots leadership, Mr. Charles Biddens, didn't we do that? We took grassroots leadership class together. Our theme was we are the voice for the people that cannot be heard. And I am that voice. And I will be heard. If I have to continue to do it like this, we're going to do it like this. But in the meantime, stay tuned to the next broadcast, as they say. We have to make some fun out of it all. But in the meantime, please, let's not start all this here harassing me. Come on, let's stop it. Even in the city of Atlanta. I will send it to the chief at Atlanta over there too with your nasty cops. I'm sorry, not nasty, but your police officer who's not doing their duty right, who wants to play games.